Hello and welcome to the Disney News Show. Here's your host, CruellasFurCoat.
Yes, this is the Disney News Show. I am Joe Worthington, aka CruellasFurCoat, and this is episode 45 on today, Sunday the 16th of September 2012. Now, I hope you've all had a great week. We have had quite a lot of stuff going on in Disney this week, and I'm really excited to let you guys know all about what's been happening this week in terms of videos that I've done. I just did one extra video. I did the package from Brad Cullen, which was great. Really appreciated that. So thank you very much again to Brad, and the video link will be down below. So if you want to go and check that out, he sent me some really cool Disney things. So definitely go and check that out if you want to. But apart from that, not really been anything else. I've not really picked up anything else this week, which I guess is good because we need to get straight to news because there is a lot of stuff to get through today. But yeah, so that is pretty much this week in terms of Disney stuff that I've got, but there's been loads of stuff happening, especially at Walt Disney World, so we're just going to get straight to it. So first up in Walt Disney World, yesterday saw the opening of the final wing of Walt Disney World's Art of Animation Resort, and the well, as many of you will know, this final wing was themed to Disney's 28th animated classic, The Little Mermaid. And this wing alone offers 864 standard rooms, which are all decorated to feel as if you're under the sea, obviously as it's themed around Little Mermaid. And so I'm really excited to see that this has been opened, and the courtyard area of this wing alone features the Flippin' Fins pool, as well as large icons of what you'd expect, like Ariel, Flounder, King Triton, and of course Ursula. I think that's fantastic. They've got this gigantic statue of Ursula, which I think is great. So I'm really pleased to see that it's open, and now all four wings of the Art of Animation Resort are open, and so the resort is complete. And so I think it's great that they've managed to get it open on schedule. And I think it looks fantastic, and so yeah, so you should go and have a look if you want at some images of the resort if you've not seen it. I think it does look pretty superb, and this, in addition to the other three wings, the Finding Nemo, the Cars, and Lion King, which were already open, as you would know if you've watched some of my previous episodes, because I kind of talk about this quite a lot, I feel, but. So Art of Animation Resort, completely open, fantastic stuff there. Okay, also this week, lots of new information has been released regarding one of the most talked about additions to New Fantasyland at the Magic Kingdom. And this is the Be Our Guest restaurant. And the entire dinner menu is now available online for us to view and to take a look at. And I think it looks pretty good. It's very much French cuisine, and I'm a big fan of anything they're going to do here, but along with this announcement, something very, very, very controversial has cropped up, and Disney has announced that they will now be serving wine and beer at the restaurant. And now many people who have visited Magic Kingdom or any of the Disneyland style parks around the world will know that alcohol is not allowed in any of the parks. And so this is a pretty monumental announcement for Disney, and maybe quite a big risk as well, because of course it was Walt's vision that alcohol would not be allowed in the parks, but of course, you know, if anyone visited Epcot or any of the parks, that wine really does play a big part in Epcot, especially at World Showcase, and so it's not that much of a big deal on that level, but seeing alcohol in the Magic Kingdom is going to be quite strange, I think, for many people who maybe are veterans to the parks, or maybe they've, I don't know, maybe it's their first visit and they wouldn't be expecting that, but I don't really know. Maybe, I guess we're going to have to wait and see. So I think that, well, personally I think alcohol and, well, wine especially will go down very well with the French setting of Be Our Guest restaurant. However, I don't know whether the move was really necessary, because there are many, well, a couple of restaurants anyway, in Magic Kingdom style parks that would do very well with wine, and they've never thought of serving it there. And also that Disney did kind of make a big deal out of the fact that they would not be serving alcohol at Gaston's Tavern, which will be opening at the same time as this. So I just think it's a bit something that I wasn't seeing coming. I definitely didn't think that would happen, and I'd love to hear your views on this. Do you think it's a good move for Disney? Do you think it's unnecessary? Do you think are you excited to see what it's like? What it's going to be like having alcohol served at the Magic Kingdom? I guess we're going to have to wait and see. So yeah, that is just probably the biggest news that's come out of New Fantasyland this week. Alcohol will be served at Be Our Guest restaurant. Okay, so next up, last weekend saw the annual Disney trading event at Epcot with the 3 days, last Friday, Saturday and Sunday, dedicated to the trading of pins and Final Motion, as well as what is upcoming in terms of merchandise at the Disney parks. And now that it's all over, the name of next year's event has been announced, and Disney has decided to take advantage of the fact that the event will begin on Friday the 13th, that is next September 2013, and so next year's event will be villains themed, and I am so over the moon with this. I think that is fantastic. Of course, I'm a big villains fan. All my favourite Disney characters are villains, and I have lots of villains merchandise, and so I think it's great that Disney does do things centred around the villains. And over the past few years, I do think that Disney's kind of seen that the big fan base that the villains do have, and I've been told and I've heard that when it was announced at last week's event, that it was greeted with big applause that villains will be the theme of next year's event. So very exciting news there. I cannot wait to see what they do, but I'm really excited to see that. And we've got a little poster, like a logo for next year's event, and it features some of the great Disney villains. So I'm very excited to see what they do with that. And the dates are, as I've just mentioned, it will start on Friday the 13th of September and run through to the 15th. So great news there. And next year's California event will be taking place on June the 28th to the 30th, and it will be focused on the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room, just in case you wanted to know about California's. So I've got a little bit of news now from Downtown Disney, and the pricing for Cirque du Soleil La Nube at Walt Disney World's Downtown Disney is increasing from tomorrow, and the new prices are for any performances on or after the 25th of September this year, and the different category of prices, they're going to go up between around $4 and $6 each. So please just bear this in mind if you're planning on going to La Nube anytime soon, obviously after the 25th of September. And so, however, if you still book today, you will be able to take advantage of the current price tag. So if you do manage to watch the show today, please go and take advantage of that pricing if you are looking to go and see La Nube. And La Nube is an incredible show. We watched it last year when we were in Walt Disney World, and I just think it was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen, really. It was just, the whole spectacle is mind-blowing, and I would definitely recommend it. So if you book from today, up until the end of the day, you get the cheaper price tag. From tomorrow, the prices are going up, and any existing bookings, so if you got any booking for after the 25th of September, the prices aren't going to change for you. Your bookings aren't going to be changed. So just kind of bear that in mind. I would definitely recommend La Nube to anyone who hasn't seen it. Really incredible show. Okay, we are now going over to Epcot, and construction has begun this week for a new permanent character meet and greet location in France, in the France Pavilion at Epcot. And this is going to be to the far right of the pavilion, kind of close to where Aurora currently meets, if you know your meet and greet locations. And we currently don't know which character will be appearing there when it does open. However, there are quite a few characters in Epcot, in the France Pavilion at Epcot at the moment, so it could be any of them. We currently have Aurora, as I've just mentioned, Belle and the Beast from Beauty and the Beast, and Marie from the Aristocats. So we're not kind of sure, or maybe it could be someone completely new. We've also seen Gaston meet and greeting there over the past maybe month or so. However, I think that was kind of a bit of testing for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So it'll be interesting to see which character is going to be awarded this brand new area. It looks like it's going to be some kind of a gazebo-like structure from what I've heard, and so it'll be interesting to see which character kind of gets promoted up to here. Whether it'll be a new character or not, we will have to wait and see. So that is great news there from Epcot. And next we are moving over to the Animal Kingdom. Got a couple of little bits of news just to finish off the Walt Disney World news this week. And first up, the Kali River Rapids in Asia at Disney's Animal Kingdom is probably Disney's wettest ride. And so Disney is now going to offer complimentary locker rental for anyone riding the rapids, so you can keep your belongings dry. So I think this is great news that that Disney's kind of taking in what guests will have told them, that their belongings do get soaked on this ride. This ride is very, very wet. I mean, I've ridden it quite a few times, and you get soaked every single time. But the lockers will be located kind of close to the restrooms, which are just by the entrance to the attraction. So not very far. You can just kind of turn up, go and rent a locker, and that is great news there. So next up, the Boneyard Children's Playground in Dinoland USA at Disney's Animal Kingdom is set to close for a really short refurbishment this Tuesday and Wednesday, which is obviously September 18th and 19th. So just bear that in mind if you're heading to Animal Kingdom and Dinoland USA, that the Boneyard will not be open. Okay, finally from Disney Animal Kingdom, the Winnie the Pooh meet and greet area at Animal Kingdom, which includes Pooh, Tigger and Eeyore, is set to close permanently from September 30th. So this is quite interesting news. I didn't really see them shutting this down. We're not sure if there's going to be other characters maybe going down. It's like a character greeting trail. You go down to the bottom of this path and then you meet the characters and you walk back up. It's quite nice, really. I quite like it. But it'll be interesting to see what characters they do bring there, if these characters are leaving, because obviously Winnie the Pooh, especially Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, are available at most of the parks. They're available in Fantasyland at Magic Kingdom, in the UK at Epcot, and kind of just spread around in Disney Hollywood Studios. So it kind of does make sense to let other characters kind of get their chance to have meet and greet opportunities. But I remember this is where we met Eeyore last time I was in Walt Disney World, and so it's quite a nice place, and it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. So that does wrap up our Walt Disney World news for this week. So now let's talk a little bit about Disneyland, and I have spoken quite a lot over the past few weeks about Halloween at Disney parks, but this past Friday saw the official start of Halloween time at the Disneyland Resort, and this includes the Halloween Carnival at Big Thunder Ranch Jamboree, which I spoke about in last week's episode, as well as Disney's Happiest Haunt guided tour, the Art of Frankenweenie exhibition at Disney's California Adventure, the Pirates League, and as always, the Haunted Mansion Holiday and Space Mountain Ghost Galaxy. So, Disney has started Halloween, and now anyone who is visiting either Disneyland or Walt Disney World will be completely immersed in the Halloween feel, and all these fantastic things are happening now daily at Disneyland, all the things that I've just spoken about, and so it's great to see. I love Halloween. I love the whole feeling of the Disney parks at Halloween time in the fall. So great news there that Halloween is officially here. Okay, that is kind of all I've got to say about Disneyland this week, but a little bit more parks news now. And this week saw the announcement of 2 new books from Disney Editions, which are to arrive in the parks later this year. First is it's called a Disney Sketchbook, and it contains 152 pages of concept sketches from Disney's animated classic. The classics, so from the 52 maybe it'll be, or just the 51 classic films, and it is going to cost $50, and are available in the parks, both at Walt Disney World and Disneyland. The second is entitled The Toy Story Films: An Animated Journey, and it is a 192-page book featuring a detailed history of the creation of all 3 Toy Story movies. And this is going to retail for $60, and both of these books are going to be available at the parks from October. So next month, I saw a couple of pictures from what was inside a couple of these books, and I thought they looked really, really cool. So I love getting Disney books about the history of different things, and so I think that Disney sketchbook one looks really, really awesome. I may look into getting that one. But yeah, just if you're into Disney books, then there are some new ones coming to the shelves later this year. So we now have a little bit of news from Disney Cruise Line, and recently the Travel Plus Leisure Magazine Awards have taken place. Well, they took place, and this year Disney Cruise Line picked up a couple of noteworthy awards. Firstly, it was named the #1 large ship cruise for families for the 4th consecutive year, so that's great news. Obviously Disney does cater for all ages, but it is kind of aimed more at the kids, so obviously getting the award for families is, I think, what they aim to do, and so that's great news there. Disney was also ranked within the top 5 cruises overall for the 8th year running, so great news there. Just great to see the Disney Cruise Line getting the recognition it deserves. Of course, I've never been on a Disney cruise, but what I've heard about them, I've never heard a bad thing about the Disney cruises, and I hope one day that I will get a chance to go on a cruise. So yeah, well done to the Disney Cruise Line. Okay, so we've got just a bit of other news now from Disney movies, and this past week saw the release of the theatrical trailer for Disney's newest animated feature, Wreck-It Ralph. And I would definitely recommend that you go to check this out. A link will be down below in the description box if you want to go and check that out. But I am so excited for this film. I mean, I don't think I've been so excited for a film for ages. I cannot wait to see what they do with this one. I mean, the trailers just look hilarious and absolutely incredible, and something I love about this movie is all the cameos that we're going to get in there. I mean, we've seen even more cameos in this past trailer. I mean, I'm not like a big gaming person. I wouldn't say that I'm that bothered about video games. However, seeing stuff like Bowser and Sonic as well, we saw Sonic the Hedgehog in this trailer, and so I'm so excited about how they're going to do this, and I'm really excited to see what Disney does. So that is great stuff there, and I'm so excited, really. I know I keep just going on about it, but Wreck-It Ralph, I know we don't get it over here in the UK until is it February next year? I mentioned this a few episodes back, but I think it is November out in the US, but we don't get it for quite a while. But I'm still mega excited. Definitely go and check that out and let me know your thoughts on Wreck-It Ralph. I don't really give too much away right now, but I definitely recommend you going to check the trailer. So fantastic news there. The Wreck-It Ralph theatrical trailer is now released. Okay, let's finish off with a bit of Disney Blu-ray and DVD news, and this week's Disney Blu-ray and DVD release here in the UK is Marvel's Avengers Assemble, and this movie is going to be available in a 3D Blu-ray pack, Blu-ray and also DVD, and it will be available in store from tomorrow. And so I loved the Avengers. I thought it was fantastic, and we are actually getting it a week before the US gets their release, so that is good news there. So it'll be available in store from tomorrow. I know it's not technically a Disney kind of home entertainment release, because I think it's Paramount. I think on the spine and everything it says Paramount. However, Disney obviously does distribute the movie, so that is great news there. And actually, something that interesting that's happened here is that when the Blu-ray and DVD was announced back, was it in May or something like that? Disney kind of sent an email to anyone who was subscribed to their emails here in the UK to say that the releases will come with Disney Movie Awards points, and the people that I've spoken to who have got their releases early, they have managed to get their Blu-rays and DVDs early, have not had Disney Movie Awards codes. And so I'm not sure what is happening here. I don't know whether Disney is not taking part in the Disney Movie Awards with the Avengers Assemble, or what is going to happen there. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see, because Disney has promised us Disney Movie Awards points, and so I wonder what is going to happen there. So yeah, bear that in mind, and I will let you know what happens there probably next week. Okay, we also have some news from, well, it's not really news, but from the US, and this week is going to see the release on Blu-ray of Basil the Great Mouse Detective. So Disney's 26th animated classic is coming on, as a 2-disc Blu-ray and DVD combo pack in the US, and that is available from Tuesday. So that is really all the news for this week. As I said, there was quite a lot, and if you're still watching now, then thank you very much. There was just a lot of stuff to get through this week, but some great news there, and as always, I want to hear your opinions. So do not forget to leave any comments or send me a message or anything about any things I've mentioned today, especially alcohol at Be Our Guest Restaurant. I'd love to know what you guys think about that. As I said before, for me, I don't know, I'm in two minds about this. Some ways it goes well with the French feeling, but on the other hand, Walt did not want alcohol in the Magic Kingdom. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see what happens there. So I thank you very much for watching the Disney News Show. This has been episode 45 on today, Sunday the 16th of September 2012, from me, Joe Worthington, aka CruellasFurCoat. I hope you really enjoyed it and that you'll tune in next week for the next episode of the Disney News Show. That'll be episode 46, and so do not miss it. Okay, thank you very, very much for watching. I will see you soon. Goodbye.